San Francisco, 1973. Tuesday morning, 5:47 a.m. The sun hasn't fully risen yet. The sky a mix of deep blue and orange. The city sleeping. Streets empty. Silence. Golden Gate Bridge. San Francisco's iconic structure. 2.7 kilometers long. Red-orange color. 67 meters above the bay. At this hour, nearly empty. Maybe 5 to 6 cars. A few trucks. On the bridge's pedestrian path, a man is running. Small build. 5 feet 7 inches. Lean but muscular. Black tracksuit. White t-shirt. Running shoes. Breathing regular. Steps rhythmic. Hands relaxed. Face concentrated. This man is Bruce Lee, 32 years old. Same routine every morning. Wake early, run, meditate, train. Discipline the foundation of his life. Bruce approaching the middle of the bridge. On the left, San Francisco Bay. Water dark blue, waves gentle. On the right, the Pacific Ocean opening up. Beautiful view. But then Bruce sees something. 50 meters ahead, at the bridge railing, a figure, a person, standing on the outer side of the railing. Hands gripping the rail, feet on the edge, body leaning forward, looking down. Bruce's steps slow, brain automatically analyzing. A person outside the railing. Time 5:50 a.m. Not for sightseeing. Body language, tense, determined. This is a suicide attempt. Bruce hesitates. 2 voices fighting in his mind. First voice, logic. Call the police. Leave it to professionals. Second voice, instinct. No time for police to arrive. That person could jump now. You're here. You must intervene. Bruce takes a deep breath, makes his decision. Slowly approaching. Footsteps quiet. 30 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters. Now can see more clearly. A young man, maybe 25 years old. Medium height, thin. Jeans, gray sweatshirt. Hair messy. Bruce stops 5 meters away, silently, without speaking. Just making his presence known. Then, in a calm voice, "Beautiful morning, isn't it?" The man startles, turns, sees Bruce, eyes widen, shock, fear. "Stay back, don't come near me." Voice trembling, young, scared. Bruce raises his hands, defenseless, no threat signal. "I'm not approaching, see? I'm standing right here." Man, "Go back, leave, this doesn't concern you." Bruce calm, "You're right, it doesn't concern me, but I'm here. And I want to talk with you." Man, "Nothing to talk about, just go." Voice breaking. Bruce, "Okay, I won't leave, but I won't force anything either. I'll just stand here. If you allow it, we can talk. If you don't want to, I'll stay silent." Long silence. Wind blowing gently. Bridge cables humming softly. Man still gripping the railing. Knuckles white. Legs shaking. But hasn't jumped. Bruce slowly sits down. On the ground, crouching. Hands visible. Silently waiting. Several minutes pass. Neither speaks. Then the man speaks. Voice low. "Why are you here?" Bruce, "I was running. I run every morning. I saw you." Man, "And what? You're going to save me? Be a hero?" Voice sarcastic, but pain-filled. Bruce shakes his head. "No, I'm not a hero. Just someone who's here, and I want to talk." Man, "Why? You don't even know me." Bruce, "True, I don't know you, but maybe I'd like to." Silence. Man turns, looks at Bruce. First time faces meet. Young man's face, wet with tears, tired. Dark circles under eyes, a face in pain. Looking at Bruce. You're Bruce Lee." Recognized him. Bruce smiles, gentle. "Yes, I'm Bruce." Man, "I recognized you from TV, Green Hornet." Bruce, "Right." Man confused. "But you're famous, successful. What are you doing here? Why are you talking to me?" Bruce, "Because you're here, and I'm here. Success doesn't change that." Man shaking his head. "Someone like you can't understand me. Your life is perfect. I have no money, no job. My family rejected me. I have nothing." Voice rising. Bruce listening, silently, carefully. Then speaking. "I understand." Man laughs, bitter laugh. "No, you can't understand. You have everything. I'm nothing." Bruce, "Maybe now it seems that way, but I've lost too. I've failed too. I've suffered too." Man skeptical. "You?" Bruce, 1964. "I came from Hong Kong to America. Had no money, $100, one suitcase, one dream. First year, no job. I was hungry. Washed dishes at a restaurant, 12 hours a day. 1965, opened my first Kung Fu school. Nobody came. 3 months with no students. Money ran out. Couldn't pay rent. Slept on a friend's couch. 6 months. 1966. Got the role of Kato in Green Hornet. Big opportunity. But what did Hollywood say? You're too Chinese. Americans don't want Asian heroes. You can only be a side character. 1970. My daughter was born. Shannon. Happiest day of my life. but also the day I was most afraid. Can I be a good father? I felt panic. Man listening, eyes on Bruce. Bruce continuing. Every day I ask myself, am I enough? Will I succeed? Fear is always there, even when success comes. The difference is, fear doesn't end, pain doesn't end, but I kept going because I learned something. Man, what did you learn? Bruce, life is like waves. Some waves lift you up, some push you down. But you be like water. Water doesn't fight waves. Water dances with waves. Man silent, thinking. Bruce, right now you're in a deep wave. Can't see anything. But the wave will pass. It always does. Man, what if it doesn't? Bruce, then another wave comes. But as long as you're like water, you never disappear. Silence. Man gripping the railing tighter, but body relaxing slightly. Tension decreasing. Bruce, what's your name? Man, David. Bruce, David. Good name. Like David who defeated Goliath. Small but strong. David laughs, more genuine this time. I can't defeat Goliath. I'm weak. Bruce, no David, you're here, right now. Still breathing, still thinking. That's not weakness, that's strength. David, but I'm so tired. I just want to rest. Tears flowing. Bruce, I know. Fatigue can be heavy. But David, you don't need to die to rest. You need to live to rest. Tomorrow you'll wake up. Maybe still tired, but you'll have coffee. See the sun. Hear a bird. Small things, but those small things make life. David, what if they're not enough? Bruce, then you find more, step by step. I can't promise tomorrow will be great, but I can promise tomorrow will be different, and different means hope. David's hands starting to tremble. David, but I've done terrible things, disappointed people, lost my family, ruined everything. Bruce, who hasn't made mistakes? I have. Many. Spoke with anger, acted with ego, hurt people. But David, mistakes don't define you. What you do after mistakes defines you. Today you're here, in the middle of difficulty, and still here. That's strength. Tomorrow, another chance. You can talk to family, apologize, or find a new path. But to do these, you must be here. David crying, silently. David, I'm scared, so scared. Bruce standing up, slowly. Takes one step, still 2 meters apart. Extends his hand. I know, David. Being scared is normal, but you don't have to carry fear alone. Come, share it. Fear becomes lighter when shared. David looking, Bruce's hand, then face. That calm face. A long moment. Then David's left hand leaves the railing, slowly, trembling, reaching out. 2 hands meet, Bruce holding. Firm, but gentle. David, but I can't go back. It's too late. Bruce, no, David. It's never too late. Look now, you're talking to me. 2 minutes ago that was impossible. But it happened. Tomorrow something else can happen. David's right hand also leaves the railing. Both hands in Bruce's hands. Bruce slowly pulling. David taking a step. Back, inward, 1 foot, 2 feet, safe side. David collapsing to the ground on his knees, crying, sobbing. Bruce crouching beside him. Hand on his shoulder. Says nothing. Just there, beside him. Several minutes like this. Finally, David lifts his head. Thank you. Bruce, I'm glad you're here, David. Glad you stayed. David, what do I do now? Bruce, now I'll take you somewhere safe. Hospital. There are people there. Doctors, therapists. They can help you. Real help. I could only talk. They can do more. David, but in the hospital, people will think I'm crazy. Bruce, no, David. Hospital isn't a place of judgment. It's a place of healing. Asking for help isn't madness. Asking for help is courage. I know Kung Fu, but if my leg breaks, I go to a doctor. If my mind is confused, I go to a therapist. You don't have to do everything yourself. Sometimes the strongest thing is asking for help. David nodding, still scared but more hopeful. Bruce standing, helping. David can stand. Bruce, where did you park your car? David, I didn't. I walked 5 kilometers. Bruce, okay, I'll walk with you. Hospital is 20 minutes away. We'll go together. 2 men start walking. Down from the bridge, sun now risen. Bridge glowing in golden light, city waking. A new day beginning. Walking, they talk. Small things. Weather, coffee, music. Not heavy topics. 2 people, walking together. Arriving at the hospital. 6:45 a.m. Bruce takes David to emergency. Explains to the nurse, this is David. He needs help. Crisis intervention. Nurse gently, I understand. David, will you come with me? David turns to Bruce. Will you stay here? Bruce, a few minutes, but then I need to go. You're in good hands. These people are professionals. David, can I see you again? Bruce pulls out paper, writes a number. This is my studio number. When you're ready, call. We can talk, or just train. Kung Fu is good meditation. Clears the mind. David takes the paper. Thank you, Bruce. You saved my life. Bruce shakes his head. No, David. You saved your life. I was just there. The decision was yours. The decision to come back was yours. That's your strength. David goes with the nurse. Bruce watches, then turns. Outside, sun bright, sky blue, city alive. Bruce takes a deep breath, tired but peaceful. Starts walking home. 3 months later, Bruce training at his studio. With students, 20 people. Door opens. David enters. Looks different. Haircut, neat, face clean, clothes tidy, eyes alive. Bruce smiles. David, welcome. David, Bruce, I came. Bruce, how are you? David, I'm good. Better. Still hard, but better. Going to therapy twice a week, taking medication. Found a new job, library, part-time. Small, but a start. Bruce, that's great, David. David, and I talked to my family, my mom. First time in 2 years. Hard conversation. But it happened. Bruce, the hardest step is the first step. You took it. David, because of you. That morning, if you weren't there. Bruce, David, stop. I was just there. The rest you did. You went to hospital, asked for help, accepted treatment, talked to family. These are your choices, your strength. David smiles. And I want to learn Kung Fu. Will you teach me? Bruce, of course. Kung Fu isn't just fighting. It's mind discipline, body control, inner peace. I can teach you these. David joins the class, training. Bruce watching, smiling. That morning on the bridge, he saved a life, but he also learned. Sometimes the strongest move is not moving. Sometimes the greatest victory is not a punch, but a word. 10 years later, 1983, David, now 35 years old, married, has a daughter. 3 years old, Grace, works as a social worker in suicide prevention crisis. 3 days a week, volunteer, patrols Golden Gate Bridge, talks to people, listens, helps. Today at home with his wife, Sarah. News on TV. Famous actor Bruce Lee died today in Hong Kong. He was 32 years old. David freezes. Looking at TV, Bruce's pictures on screen. Sarah, David, are you okay? David crying, silently. Sarah, did you know him? David, yes, he saved my life 10 years ago on a bridge. I was about to jump. He talked, saved me. Sarah hugs her husband. You never mentioned it. David, because he told me something. You saved your life. I was just there. He was always like that. Didn't want credit, but I know the truth. Without him, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be with me. Grace wouldn't exist. The people I help now wouldn't exist. David picks up a pen, writes a letter to Bruce's family. In the letter, he writes, Dear Mrs. Lee, my name is David Morrison. You don't know me, but your husband saved my life. In 1973, on the Golden Gate Bridge, I was about to commit suicide. Bruce was running. He saw me, stopped, talked. We talked for 45 minutes. He taught me about life, about pain, about hope. He extended his hand. I took it. 10 years have passed. Now I'm married, have a daughter. I'm a social worker. I also patrol bridges, doing for others what Bruce did for me. Bruce wasn't just an actor, wasn't just a fighter. He was a lifesaver. He saved my life. Your family is suffering a loss. The world is suffering a loss. But I want you to know, Bruce's legacy isn't just his films. His legacy is people like me, the lives he saved, the hope he gave. He never died because he lives in me, lives in my daughter, lives in the people I help. Thank you. Endless thanks. David Morrison. Bruce Lee stopped on that bridge that morning. Never threw a punch, never kicked, never fought, talked for 45 minutes and saved a life. But the story doesn't end there. David survived, got married, had a child, became a social worker, suicide prevention. In 10 years, David saved 47 people, on bridges, in streets, 47 people. Each one an echo of Bruce's conversation. And those 47 people, they also lived, had children, helped others. One conversation, one life, thousands of impacts. Bruce Lee's most powerful strike was never a punch. His most powerful strike was a word, hope, and that word still echoes 50 years later. Because sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't violence. The most powerful weapon is presence, listening, speaking. Bruce Lee proved that morning. And if you're struggling today, remember, you are not alone. Someone is there to listen, to help. You just need to reach out. You just need to stay alive, because tomorrow can be different, and different means hope. If this story made you think about something, the value of life, hope, the power of conversation, please leave a like on this video. And if you want to see more stories about Bruce Lee, not just as a fighter, but as a lifesaver, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You are not alone. Help exists. Hope exists. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. The next story is also powerful, but most importantly, you be here. See you soon.